So I recently read one of the most exhilarating toxic drama manga that I've read in a long time, and it's called Boys Abyss. Now, I only read this manga because my friend Barry Anime, I was in a voice call with him and another person, and he was over here reading it as we were talking. He was losing his mind, and he said, and then he literally left the voice call, then came back because there was so much just toxic drama that was happening in this manga. So because of his excitement, I picked up the manga and read it online. It was one of the first times in a long time that I actually binge read a manga online from start to finish to catch up, because this is an ongoing manga, and the toxic and the drama in here was perfection, mainly because it was so much drama. And I mean so much that you would go pay. It would be like sometimes you go from chapter to chapter and you'd be like, did this really just happen? Or sometimes it would be pages, because you'll go from one page and then it'll be the end of the chapter and something crazy would happen. Now, Boys Abyss is a manga about this high school student named Reiji, and basically he has his whole life already planned out to him, because mainly because his family is poor and he realizes that he has to like make money for them, so he has to get a job after high school. So one of the things we see in the manga is that he's having this one-on-one meeting with his teacher about like his future and what he wants to do, and like he has good grades to like go to college, so it's like teachers ask him like, why aren't you going to college? He's like, oh, I already know what I'm gonna do. He's like, I'm gonna work at my friend's dad's basically business that I can start making money. So it is, you can just tell from there that he already has his life planned out, because he doesn't really have any goals in life. He just knows that he has to help his mom out because his brother is a shut-in, his grandma lives there, and like his grandma needs help, and then like his mom is the only one that's always like working super late nights because like she's a nurse. And just know, this manga gets very vastly toxic, because from there he's gonna meet this girl named Nagi at a convenience store, and just know from there he's gonna meet her, and we find out that she's actually like an idol, like a from an up and coming idol group, and they're gonna talk, and eventually they're gonna something that comes up in the conversation that they're talking about is, do you want to commit a lover side with me? Because this village here has this like legend about like two lovers that jumped in the river together for a lover's side, and they became one type of thing. And from there we're gonna get so much mess that happens, because he's gonna smash the idol. Yes, like he smashes the idol, and that's gonna lead to him like really liking the idol a lot in a way, and like wanting to actually commit a lover's side. And then we also get, when one of the days that he's thinking about actually doing it with this idol, like committing the side, the lover's side, his teacher comes and saves him. And from there we get a teacher-student relationship, and that's not even the worst thing that happens in here, because so much happens in this story and it's crazy. If I had to basically explain this manga to somebody, like a little brief thing, I would tell them it's a mixture of a sunken place from Get Out fused with the village from Higurashi. So like this town, there seems like there's something wrong with this town, because not that many people leave this city, and it seems like even if you try to leave, like you're stuck there, because every time this guy Reiji, he talks about wanting to leave, it seems like somebody's always trying to persuade him to stay here. And I have not even mentioned the basically protagonist slash antagonist of this whole story, or this whole story, mainly because that is the mom. The mom is the antagonist and the protagonist, mainly because as you read the manga, you realize that she's actually technically the main character, because she sets up so many events in motion in this story, and we follow so many things about her. And the mom is just a S-tier manipulator. She's one of the craziest manipulators I've seen in manga and in anime, because some of the stuff that she goes to is to extreme lengths. Because like she'll have crimes committed, but she'll have nothing to do with the crime. She just somehow persuaded the person to commit that crime in a way. And it's kind of crazy, because she just knows how to use her words right. And that's to say, she's very persuasive, and she just gets people that way. And throughout the story, you're going to be reading this, you're going to be getting pissed off at some of the stuff that happens, because trust me, they go through some shit. Especially Reiji, because he honestly should just be able to leave and go somewhere else, but it just seems like his mom's always putting his burden on him. Plus, you have so many other factors. Everybody in this story has a reason why they turned out the way they did. The mom does, Reiji does, his brother that's a shut-in, even his grandma in a way. You even have the teacher, you have his childhood friend that I've not even mentioned, and then you have another childhood friend that like starts to bully him and all that. This story in general is just like crazy good. Like, if you like drama, then you'll really like this. I honestly would call this like a realistic horror manga, mainly because it has some stuff that can actually happen in real life to certain people, and it just reminds me of something like Get Out, where, and you know, Get Out's technically a horror movie, so like, it just reminds me of something like Get Out in a way, but this one is more realistic, because some of the stuff that happens in here is something that could happen in real life when it comes to somebody being very manipulative, and actually in a small town that could actually happen really well, or really easy, I should say. But yeah, Boys Abyss, it's crazy. It's good. It was one of the I can't wait to like read this again because like I'm gonna wait for this to get like 10 or 12 more chapters and I'm gonna come back to it because I want to read a lot in bulk and not read this week by week because it's one of these ones you want to read in bulk because if you're reading this week by week you'd be pissed off because some of the times it'd be ending on some shit that'll have you like what is going on, and just know the most recent chapter, oh my gosh, it was crazy. All the character development in here, just learning all these things about these different characters is so crazy because you'll see a character go from one way to like looking like they're the saddest thing ever because the main character Reiji, just know we go from him like going through so many different changes, mainly because it seems like he's just somebody that listens to anything anybody says and he'll just do it type of person because he gives off that throughout the story. And you honestly, you would feel sad for him, but then it's kind of hard because everybody in this story it's just like they have problems because they're all dealing with something for some type of reason. Like the mom, you could feel sorry for her for her backstory, but at the same time, she's the reason why so many of these things happen here. And it just seems like everybody in this story just has problems. But I will say this, the art is really good because the art at times will highlight when somebody's going crazy because I've not mentioned the teacher is hella crazy at times, and it's just, and like she's hella crazy, but at the same time she's not the worst craziest character because there's other people that are above her, which is the crazy thing about this. But this is just a story that's about a small town fused with something about an old legend that affects all these people by a master, I guess you say, manipulator that's just manipulating all these people in this small town, and it's leading to like also this thing like that's called a lover side, which is lover abyss, which is also a lover side that's been told in this like throughout this town, and like it's there. And then like Reiji, it's all wrapped around Reiji with his decisions that he makes, but at the same time he basically mirrors his mom because his mom kind of was like the way he was when he was a child. And the thing is, we learned so much about this town, even the backstory of the mom and even Reiji. There's just like so much here. If you read this manga, let me know how you feel about it, because ever since I finished this, I've had so many different just thoughts about this because each chapter just had me on the edge of my seat. Especially there's certain marks in chapters that you get to. When you get to chapter 30, that's one where it'll make you lose your mind like what is happening. But 75 was a chapter. I got to that chapter and I called my friend and I was like, dog, well, how does this continue to 127 chapters? Because there was so much happening. And then when you get to the finally up to date, you'd be like, damn, what did I just read and why was this that good? I mean, there might be some people that don't enjoy this, but if you like drama, then you'll really enjoy this because there's so much drama that happens. And this only has 127 chapters and it's ongoing, but the drama is crazy because from the first few chapters, you'll be wondering like, how is this going to continue? And then you get to that, then you get caught up and you're just like, wow, there's so much more that can happen. It's one of them series that you would think there's no way this could have like close to 300 plus chapters if it could get that in the future. But when you get up to date to a chapter 127, you're like, there's so much more I need to read. Well, let me know if you read Boys Abyss. Let me know in the comments because I really enjoyed this and this was a really engaging read and I just like the drama. If you've not read it, please check it out because it's a really good manga in my opinion. Especially if you like drama manga, then you'll really enjoy this a lot though. But yeah, if you're new, why not subscribe? If you enjoyed the video, why not like? If you didn't, you dislike, subscribe, you really enjoyed. But yeah, Boys Abyss, phenomenal manga. I love the drama. This is coming out physically, like we're getting an English release in April, and just know I'm copping it because it was that damn good though. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, Nolan.